And the lights go green then. We go racing. A demon start by Riccardo Feller, who moves right across to defend from the second row cars as they go down towards turn 1. But Engstler on the inside line squeezes through, takes the advantage. They flash out of turn 1 and up towards turn 2 for the first time. 1 or 2 go wide. There's a damaged Audi, which I think is Paul Everard's car at the back of the pack. But Engstler leads the way as they head up towards turn 2 for the first time. The Lamborghini then led into the corner. Who's going to lead out the other side? We've got one on the grass there. That looks like the Sky Tempesta Ferrari. Just about gets back onto the circuit. Down towards turn 6 for the first time. Riccardo Feller has been off the road, look, and delayed. And he's been passed on one side by Lapalainen and by Van Thor on the other. As up front, Engstler leads.
Yeah, and he's got a comfortable lead now coming into turn 6. And whatever Riccardo Feller did, it happened up in turn 2, 3. And he's really opened the door for both the Ferrari and the BMW. As we look back, and coming through the exit of turn 6, then the acceleration is all a bit sort of hip and shoulder as they come up into turn 7, side by side. The Ferrari, the Mercedes, done a good job by the Aston Martin to get itself up into 5th place. That's more a consequence of the contact that took place, probably coming out of turn 2 and 3.
So coming up towards the stadium exit for the first time, turn 16 and 17, it is Luca Engstler in the lead, being chased by Riccardo Feller then into 2nd place. He managed to fight his way back. There he is in 3rd. It's Lapalainen. 4th is Van Thor. 5th going through is Matthew Drudy. And in 6th place, as they head up towards the timing line, is a good starting Mario Engel. He's gained ground on that first lap as the cars then come over the line. Through turn 1 they go.
Oh, wide coming out of turn 61. They come to you, Aston Martin's racing alongside its sister car, and well, they fall in line to get through turn 1. So on contact, one of the McLarens has been tagged up around turn 2, and that is an avoidable incident, one might say.
This is Gamble's incident. Turns in, just gets drilled, doesn't he?
I think it might have been the Audi. I can't recognise which one it was.
And that lead gap coming down again. Feller has done the absolute best in the first sector on this lap, with Constantin Lapalainen dropping away ever so slightly. Game on there, Porsche versus Mercedes, as up the inside line goes number 10. That is Aurelien Panis going back ahead of Patrick Niederhauser. Niederhauser got ahead of him on this lap, has fallen behind, but he's having another go. Porsche to the inside line, look, as they go down towards the stadium. Going to be very brave stuff, but Niederhauser has the line for the corner and back through he goes. So Niederhauser retakes 13th place. Yeah. Race leaders making their way up towards the timing line once again. Luca Engstler goes through, 0.7 of a second last time, now 1 second up, and drama for Riccardo Feller. Drama on the front, there's a failure of some description, and he's gone way out wide into the corner.
Yeah, something left front looks to me to have failed. It doesn't appear to be a tyre, and all of a sudden at the critical point in turn 1, that tyre smoke indicated you've got a major problem, and that's a trip back to the pit lane, but it's a long trip back. It's 4.5 kilometres back, and you're going to have to basically hobble your way back and all over, regrettably, for the 99 Audi.
On board with Van Thor now, he's up to 3rd. That's Constantin Lapalainen ahead of him in the Ferrari as they come up now towards the hairpin. Van Thor thinks about the inside line and faints for it, and the door is open. Lapalainen gave him lots of room and almost invited Van Thor to have a go. We've got a yellow flag in the first sector, and a full course yellow is coming. So a full course yellow in 20 seconds is heading our way. So all these gaps are going to come down. So it's one of the Com2U Astons, and that is Umbreschke, number 11. Engstler leads him away again on the green flag.
Oh, and look at Ferrari running wide coming out of turn 16. I mean, it's interesting that the Lamborghini backed everybody up so aggressively and then didn't take advantage of that entry into the pit lane. But the team know what they're doing. They've got their race strategy, their plan. They're going to stick to it. And whatever you have, a safety car, full course yellow, they're going to stay with their program. I'm surprised that nobody came in to get out of the traffic, but with the window open, we've got another one off the road. It's the Ferrari Giacomo Altway. He was battling with Ivan Klimenko, and he's lost out, and he's lost heaps of places as Niederhauser has gone past him as well. Yeah, 3 places and maybe even more. And that was a fundamental error that a driver of his experience should have been able to avoid. So look at the traffic jam coming down into turn 6 as the field is beginning to slowly spread out. Leader is in, 2nd is in, 3rd is in. Drudy stays out, Engel stays out, Fleming stays out, Götz is in. So 4 out of the leading 7 down the pit lane. Niederhauser likewise. Yes, so this is going to be, and so the 48 has it come in? Just looking to see whether Mauro Engel is. Yes, he has.
No, stayed out.
So Engel stayed out. So Engel's best chance for the 48 Mercedes is to stay out, try and get clear air and capitalise on it. And then when they feel opportune, bring it in, and then hand over to Lucas Auer. to see what he can do.
Now lap 16, Engel pits.
Yes, I think that's a good call by the Winwood Racing Mercedes team. Bring in Maro Engel, do the pit stop routine, but a metronomic pit stop. Lucas Auer will get in. He'll put the seat filled in once Maro Engel's gotten out, and all those little details do take fractions of seconds. And if you lose the rhythm, you can all go wrong. So drive the car down the pit lane, bring it in. Lucas Auer is, where is he? Where is standing there? Opens the door.
The pit stop time for Charles Weerts was 46.2 seconds. For Max Hofer, it was 1 minute and 4. That's a massive amount of time to lose in the pit lane.
I mean, massive is an understatement. I mean, the WRT pit stop ultimately then should see, when this all unfolds, see that car easily, comfortably ahead of the Lamborghini.
So this now puts into the lead of the race Ben Green ahead of Charles Weerts, ahead of Lucas Auer. That would be the top three I can offer you as they come out of turn 17. 007 Aston then is on its way, and we'll see where that is going to feed back in.
Well, there is the 48 Mercedes that had run all the way behind the 007 Aston Martin. Oh, God, they're running so wide on the exit. So where will the Aston filter back in? Almost side by side, and the advantage is going to go moment. Yes, Lucas Auer has managed just to get ahead of the 007. That'll be a big relief for the Winfield Racing Mercedes team, because they were stuck behind that car when Matteo Drudi was behind the wheel of the Aston Martin.
So Max Hofer dives up the inside of Vinicio Dono. That's brave, and that's a great pass.
Absolutely. I mean, Dono, who was outstanding in qualifying yesterday morning, has been mugged up by the Lamborghini, but the Porsche as well.
Dan Harper now into the lead of bronze.
And also the 71 Ferrari, Tom Fleming, I think, got it up to 5th place. And the car's now running down in 17th. I don't know where or why that lined up on top, or 19th position. How the team, the F Corsa Ferrari team, something in the back rear wing of the Aston Martin looks like it's detaching. It's like, am I saying something? There's something looks weird on the rear wing of the Aston Martin when it comes into view. Try and get a zone in. You'll get the lens. Is that an additional part of the wing, or is that was the rear hood?
Yeah.
The rear hood has popped off and it's up against the rear wing. Well, I've never seen that before, and that'll definitely take away some of the downforce from the rear wing of the Aston Martin, and just hopefully it doesn't become detached.
That's going to end up being a mechanical warning flag. David Pittard is the man in the Aston Martin fighting the car, getting all this air conditioning in, thinking it feels different. And the team will be on the radio saying box, box, box. They'll want that car in before it gets serious. And look at the weight, it just won't handle anymore.
Well, the rear wing has been completely masked by the rear tailgate.
So the rear screen has popped. David Pittard's doing an amazing job to hang on to any position whatsoever. They've still not got past him. And here comes Luca Engschler, look, who's got past the Audi, or has he? Because they're going to run side by side. Gilles Magnus then on the inside. Sven Muller's in on this battle pack as well. So right now, David Pittard is the cork in the bottle. So you've got Gilles Magnus then just ahead of Max Hofer. This is for 4th in goal. It's about to become 3rd if Pittard pits, but he doesn't. He stays out.
I mean, if this wasn't potentially a very serious moment, it's fantastic racing. There's 3-4 cars all fighting for position, all trying to outmaneuver. Now the Lamborghini pulls out.
And the screen's gone, I think, hasn't it? Not flown off. So David Pittard has lost that rear bodywork. Now this is how Gilles Magnus saw it all. He hits him, and that's how the rear screen popped out. He just went straight into the back of him.
The 159, where is that running? Benjamin Goethe in 11th position, and about to be challenged. Indeed, he's got Ferrari on one side and Mercedes on the other side, and he's sort of trapped in the middle.
Gary Van Meulen in the Ferrari, really brave up the inside, made it 3 wide, and he's got past the pair of them. So brave stuff from Van Meulen, up from 12th to 10th, and gets the job done. Next target, Phil Keane in 9th place, having a really good run in the Mad Panda Mercedes here. Checkered flag at the ready. Ben Green is going to be the first British driver to win in Sprint Cup since 2019, and he wins with Konsta Lapalainen, the first Finn to win in Fanatec GT. A delighted Emil Frey Racing team. 2nd, Charles Weerts and Dries van Thor, and 3rd, Lucas Auer and Maro Engel. And then for 4th place, a really good drive. Nicolas Bart fends off Jules Gounon, who fends off Callum Williams, who wins silver with Sam de Haan. So race results look like this. Ben Green and Konsta Lapalainen coming out on top ahead of Charles Weerts and Dries van Thor, Lucas Auer and Maro Engel 3rd. 4th in the end, Jules Gounon and Maxi Goetz ahead of Callum Williams and Sam de Haan, and then a penalty dropping to 6th, Nicolas Bart and Mattia Drudi. I can only assume that is for track limit dramas. 7th to Lorenzo's Patrese and Ferrari from Benjamin Goethe and Tom Gamble. Simon Gachet 9th with Lucas Legeret, and 10th Phil Keane and Ezequiel Perez Compang. But it's a first win in Fanatec GT World Challenge Europe, powered by AWS Sprint Cup for the Brit, for the Finn, for Ben Green and Konsa Lapalainen.